This is in Canadian dollars, and I'll put the US price right here. Honestly, overall, it's not a bad car for that price. It comes all-wheel drive already. All right, guys, I got a really cool SUV here. I got a 2025 Cadillac Optiq here in Crystal White Tricoat. So this is Cadillac's new SUV to basically compete with the gas version of the XT4. But we'll start here right at the front. We got basically a front end that mimics the Escalade IQ as well as the Lyric. We've got a beautiful, nice design grille here with Cadillac logo that lights up too. We've got nice waterfall LED daytime running lights with LED lights. You've got parking sensors down below as we can see. It does have a camera at the front there. Now there isn't a front trunk, and I will show you what's underneath. We basically got an electric motor as well as a computer. But some stats here, we've got 300 miles of range, and we've got 300 horsepower. We got 354 pound-feet of torque. It is an all-wheel drive model. It has a 85 kilowatt hour battery. It can tow about 1,500 pounds, which is pretty cool to note. And honestly, it looks like a beautiful SUV. But that's it at the front here. Let's take a look underneath the hood. Alrighty, guys. So this is what it looks like underneath the Cadillac Optiq here. There's probably a computer here as well as an electric motor to drive the front wheels. We've got your coolant reservoir as well as your brake fluid and then your washer fluid. And that's pretty much all I know under here, to be honest with you. I'm not an engineer, but I just wanted to show you guys what's underneath here. So that's it at the front. Let's take a look around the Optiq and go over its options. Alrighty, so taking a look around the Cadillac Optiq, we'll start with the tire and wheel setup. We're sitting on 245 50 R20s. We've got a really nice brushed aluminum here at the front with some black and also some gray in that wheel. We've got the Cadillac logo right there. This isn't on air suspension, so you don't have to worry about anything of that matter. We do have a black liner basically at the bottom of the Optiq here, which I think looks nice. It's a nice contrast. This here is your charge port, so we just click this and it opens right up. Plug in, you've got level 1 to 3 here. Then you can push that and it closes just like that. I like that little Cadillac logo there too. We've got a black mirror cap here with a camera underneath, and then these are the door handles here that pop out. Now if I have the key here in my pocket, if we lock it, door handles go in, unlock it, door handles come out, and they are pretty easy to grab. Just grab it and shuts just like that. And then here is what it looks like on the back. Grab it, just shut just like that. Now I'll give you guys a side profile view of what the Optiq looks like. And it is a smaller SUV. However, getting inside with that fixed glass roof at the top, it just seems like there's a lot more room. And then here is a look at the back tire and wheel setup. There is a carpeted liner on the back and also on the front too. One thing to note. Another cool thing is this design here that they have at the back window. I think it's a nice touch to add. That's it here, guys, from a side profile view. Let's take a look at the rear trunk and go over its options. All right, so we're in the back here, and it reminds me a lot of a Lyric as well as the IQ that they've got over there. Not in size, but overall design. So we can see here, we got the Cadillac logo right there in the middle, Optiq on the left. We got 500 E4 on the right. We've got your parking sensors down below. We have a camera here, which is nice to know. That is for your rear camera. And then we have your rear camera mirror here. Now the nice thing is you have a lip here, right? So that helps when it comes to debris and also protecting this camera so it doesn't get too dirty. But there is no wiper back here, as we can see. The nice thing is that it cleans the back a little bit, but it also has this airflow spoiler here, which you could see right here. So everything is just supposed to kind of beam off this glass, which I think is a good thing to know. So they don't just plant a wiper here just for no reason. Now to open up the back trunk here, all you do is click the bottom of this Cadillac logo here, and it will just open just like that. Now the back space here is pretty spacious, I do have to say. Now it does get compromised with this kind of slant they have here on both sides, but it is a deep pocket, which is a nice thing to note. We do have some storage underneath here, so you can use that for your plug-ins here to plug in the car, and then you've got some storage pockets there on the side. You do have a light here on both sides, as we can see, and then you also have 2 speakers. Now these seats do fold down, and it is manually, so if we can do that here, I'll show you guys what it looks like. So we just click it just like that, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a flat floor, so it gives you an idea of how deep the pocket is here. And then when you want to close the trunk, just click that button and the trunk will come down just very slowly. That's it at the back tailgate here, guys. Let's take a look at those rear seats and go over the spacing. I also just want to thank Applewood Cadillac here in Mississauga, Ontario. Go see my friend Zach here. He'll hook you up with a great deal. All right, guys. So in the back here of the Cadillac Optiq here, we'll start here with the door panel. We've got a really interesting pattern here, which is a nice soft touch. We've got soft touch material pretty much all over the door panel here. We've got the AKG speaker here with some other pattern here. We've got the handle here to open the door, lock and unlock with your window control. And then we've got this other pattern, which is a soft touch material here, and then a speaker down here to note. Now, as we carry over to the seats themselves, we got black seating here with some white stitching, as we can see. And then in the middle here, we got two USB-Cs, and then there is a 120 plug. You do have a little bit more storage underneath here with some two vents. Now, I'll give you guys a look of how I fit in here, and I'm about 5'10", 5'11". Okay, so I'm gonna hop in here. And the one thing that I noticed right off the bat is the door panel itself doesn't open a lot, so getting in is not too bad, but I noticed that coming in. Overall though, you know, the seat is pretty far back. Like I said, I'm 5'10", 5'11". I've got a ton of room back here. That's good to know. But one thing also that I truly love is the headroom is ample. You got a ton of headroom. And another great thing is this fixed roof here makes it feel like it's not, you know, you're not crowded back here. The light that comes in is nice, and you know, honestly, like for a small SUV, it's not too bad of room. For a very long drive, like I would say over 2-3 hours, yeah, I can see it being a little crammy. But honestly, I've got a ton of room. I have no complaints. I've got a speaker above me too. I've got a light. I got the handle here just in case. You know, it's a nice back looking of the seat too. Plug in your phone in, you can do what you need to do, but honestly, it's actually not a bad space. But you know what, that's it for the back here. Let's take a look at those front seats. Okay guys, so let's open up the front door here and go over the front here. So we'll start with the door panel. We got the same material and pattern at the front here as we do as at the back. It's got a lot more features here. So we got heated seats here only. You can get an option ventilated seat, but this one only has the heated. We've got memory seating, which is nice. You've got a really nice control here for your seat. It does have adjustable lumbar here. You got your window and mirror controls here with lock and unlock. Soft touch material. I like this brushed aluminum door handle. We've got a beautiful, nice speaker down here with some nice pattern. And then that same material here carries throughout at the bottom. And overall, you got to say the door panel looks good. On the door sill here, we've got the Cadillac logo that does light up. And then here we've got the seat that is really comfortable, I do have to say. And it's got that nice white stitching. But you know what? Overall, it looks like a really nice, spacious seat. And as you can see, this seat is pushed back a lot when you saw where I was in the back. So I'm going to have to move this seat up. And what that will mean is that back passenger will have a lot more room. Overall, guys, that's it at the front here. Let's take a look at the interior. All right, guys, so we are inside the Cadillac Optiq here, and we'll start with the steering wheel. This one has basically been pulled out of the Lyric, and honestly, it looks nice. It's got a thick kind of wrap around it, which feels good to the touch. Behind this, we've got your regenerative braking that you can use manually. We've got your cruise control here, as well as your Super Cruise setting, as well as a heated steering wheel. On the right side, we've got your toggles here for your audio, Bluetooth settings, and that type of thing. It does have volume control there. Now, behind the steering wheel, we've got your toggle for your wipers, and then over there is your transmission select, so we can see. On the left side of the steering wheel, you do get a parking brake with a tailgate lift, auto hold function, and then a display here for your lights. Now, this screen is customizable. It is a 33-inch display screen. Now, one thing that's cool is right here on the side, if you hit layout, you can go to energy here. You can go to map, which I like. I like the fact that you can put the map on here, and then you've got assist as well as clean. I'm going to leave it on the map. I think it looks nice. Right now, obviously, my camera's not picking up. I got to go in a little bit more. So we'll actually just go back to energy. Now, the top of the dash has got this unique pattern here with some speakers. It doesn't have a heads-up display, but that there is a light that will illuminate for your forward collision alert. As we can see here, that pattern here on the door panel carries throughout on near the A-pillar. You do also get a little window there. Over here on the passenger side, we can see that pattern, as well as this one here carries throughout that whole dash area. Now, you do get those controls there on the passenger side too, which is great to have, especially for the passenger. It does have a lower glove box. And now here is the front part of the screen. So we'll go to camera. So I'll show you guys what the cameras look like. You've got basically 360 camera, and that is a great feature to have. You do also have different settings here. You got ambient lighting, you've got your audio there, your maps. You can have your maps here too. You got drive modes here too, and the nice thing is the screen is really intuitive, and the responsiveness of it is pretty quick, I do have to say. And it's a typical screen that's in a lot of the Cadillac models now. Now you can push this button here, and then that will turn off the vehicle. Another way to turn off the vehicle is if you exit the vehicle and lock it and walk away, it will turn off. Now that's pretty much it here for the screen, guys. We've got climate control down here, which is a fantastic thing that they've done. You can control the climate here in the screens, we could see, but I like having physical buttons too. It is dual zone climate. You do get a pocket down here too, and then there is some storage underneath here. I can't really showcase that, but as you can see, my hand's in there. You can see the storage, and then it's got some storage underneath here with a floating center console. Now you can use the touchscreen, or you can use the dial here. So this is your volume tuning knob, and then you've got your dial here, which you can select basically what you want. You can also hit these hotkeys here. So if you want to hit navigation, you can do that. You hit home, it goes back to the home. Over here, we've got a little cubby here. You can put some stuff there, business cards or pens or whatever you need. We've got a different piece of trim here, as we can see around the floating center console. We've got your cup holders there. And then as we open up the center console area, we've got your wireless charging pad. Honestly, there is a deep pocket here, I do have to say. You've got a 12 volt with 2 USB-Cs down there, and then you've got a little pocket storage here too. So you know what, honestly guys, from the outside this car looks very small, but once you hop inside, it's got a decent amount of room, and I'm happy about that because a lot of people may want a electric small SUV, and this might be the best option. Another cool thing to note is you've got the 2 speakers up above here, and then you've got that fixed panoramic moonroof. It does not move, by the way, so it's just a fixed moonroof. You've got that camera here on the mirror like I was telling you about. You got OnStar, and then you've got your light controls up here, one thing to note. And then here are your sun visors. That's it for the interior, guys. I've got the price outside. Let's go take a look at that because I'm sure you guys are wondering what it is. Alrighty guys, so here is basically the wheel stand here of the window sticker. So it's a 2025 Cadillac Optiq all-wheel drive. It's the 1SF trim, so it's pretty much a base model. But this is in Canadian dollars, and I'll put the US price right here. Honestly, overall, it's not a bad car for that price. It comes all-wheel drive already. You get 484 kilometers on range, which is about 300 miles. And there's a ton of room in it, right? It is a nice looking vehicle. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comments, and curious to know if you think it's going to be a good seller or not. But that concludes this review. We'll see you in the next one.